Not long ago, former U.S. President Donald Trump said, "It doesn't get more serious than this." He accused South Africa of helping develop nuclear weapons technology. Trump's claims have sparked worries about possible penalties on South Africa that are similar to the weapons embargo imposed by the apartheid regime's policies in 1977, as outlined in UN Security Council Resolution 418. U.S. administration has stepped up its attempts to stop from developing nuclear weapons and to economically isolate it. The United States is reportedly exploring a plan to stop and inspect Iranian oil tankers at sea, according to sources on March 6, 2025. The goal of this policy is to sabotage Iran's oil exports, which are its main source of income and might be used to finance its nuclear program. To support these inspections, the strategy can use the Proliferation Security Initiative, an international agreement aimed at stopping the proliferation of WMDs. The U.S. State Department has also said that any sanctions exemptions that provide Iran economic help would be thoroughly examined. This action aims to weaken Iran's economic stability and thwart its nuclear aspirations by applying pressure on countries, notably Iraq, to lessen their reliance on Iranian oil supplies. These events take place while undergoes internal political changes. Under pressure from hardliners, Mohammad Javad Zarif, a key player in the 2015 nuclear agreement, resigned. Given the escalation of U.S. sanctions under the Trump administration, his resignation represents Iran's shift away from interacting with Western countries. If proven true, the accusations against South Africa may have serious geopolitical repercussions, including the levying of sanctions. South Africa's economy and foreign ties, especially with Western countries, may be impacted by such actions. The scenario highlights the intricacies of international alliances and enmities, as well as the complexity of global nuclear non-proliferation operations. The international community is keeping a close eye on this scenario and stressing how crucial diplomatic engagement and adherence to international non-proliferation treaties are to preserving both regional and global security. President Donald Trump once again said on Friday that the United States would stop providing South Africa with federal funds and invite South African farmers and their families to immigrate to the country with a streamlined naturalization process. President Trump voiced his worries about South Africa's recent land expropriation practices in a comment on Truth Social, saying, "South Africa is being terrible, plus, to longtime farmers in the country. Their farms and land are being seized, and it's far worse than that." This ruling comes after a legislation allowing land expropriation without compensation was passed in South Africa with the intention of redressing past injustices from the apartheid period. Critics claim the rule unjustly singles out white farmers, sparking an international discussion. In 2024, the United States sent South Africa around $323.4 million in foreign aid, mostly for humanitarian and health projects. The U.S. foreign policy toward South Africa has undergone a dramatic change with the suspension of these payments. An entrepreneur who was born in South Africa has also openly expressed dissatisfaction with the land expropriation bill and other policies of the South African government. In order to address past injustices and advance fair land allocation, the South African government argues that the land expropriation legislation is an essential step. The proposal has been opposed by a number of organizations. However, notably Afrikaner civil rights group AfriForum, which has voiced worries about possible harm to the social order and economy. President Trump's invitation provides South African farmers and their families with a rapid pathway to U.S. citizenship, with the application process scheduled to start right away. Reflecting the intricate dynamics of land ownership, historical injustices, and international connections, this trend has generated conflicting responses throughout the world. President Donald Trump said on Friday that the United States will no longer provide full federal financing to South Africa, and that South African farmers and their families will be given an expedited road to citizenship. In a message posted on Truth Social, President Trump expressed his displeasure with South Africa's recent land expropriation measures, stating, "South Africa is being terrible, plus, to longtime farmers in the country." Even worse than that is the seizure of their farms and property. This decision follows the passage of a statute in South Africa that permits land expropriation without compensation in an effort to right historical wrongs from the apartheid period. A global discussion has been sparked by critics who argue that the rule unjustly targets out-white farmers.